I'm very happy to be part of this 5 days national workshop on role of youth in nation building. My sincere congratulations go to 11 Tamil Nadu Battalion NCC, and I wish to congratulate St. Xavier's Catholic College of Engineering Nagarkovil and Nesamani Memorial Christian College Marthandam. The topic role of youth in nation building has so much of significance, and I must express my gratitude because, as you all know, I'm in fact honored by being invited to this function in Tamil Nadu, this particular Tamil Nadu, Pondicherry, Andaman and Nicobar Directorate. So I wish to thank the principal of Nesamani Memorial Christian College, Marthandam, Dr. K. Polraj, and my sincere thanks come to principal of St. Xavier's Engineering College, Dr. J. Maheshwaran, and I respect and salute Colonel Vinod Bhaskar, Commanding Officer of 11th Tamil Nadu Battalion NCC Nagarkovil, and my sincere congratulations and respect and salute to Lieutenant Colonel V.V. Prasad, AO 11th Tamil Nadu Battalion NCC, and I express my gratitude to Advocate L. Rajadurai, Dr. G.B. PG, and Reverend Dr. M. Maria William, Reverend Father M. Francis Xavier, and of course, I must mention and I will always remember the names of the Associate NCC officers, Major Dr. S. Edwin Gladson and Captain Dr. A. Boyd Wesley. So, thank you so much, Major Edwin Gladson and Captain Dr. A. Boyd Wesley, for considering me to this particular function. That is, of course, you have just honored me by inviting to lecture on a session on communication skills. I thank you all and I salute you all. Now, let me just begin my session. I'm just speaking about communication skills. And before beginning my lecture passage about communication skills, I would like to quote a few words. ஆதியிலே வார்த்தை இருந்தது, அந்த வார்த்தை தேவரிடத்தில் இருந்தது, அந்த வார்த்தை தேவனாய் இருந்தது. Yes, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. St. John chapter 1 verse 1. This quotation from the Holy Bible is about the necessity of effective communication skills. This is about the necessity of using the language effectively. This particular quotation helps us understand the effectiveness of communication. And God was the Word. The Word is omnipotent. The Word is omniscient. It is omnipresent. It's very powerful. And the entire universe, the existence of the universe, the growth and development of the universe is because of the Word. And the Word was, of course, God. And we human beings, we use Word every day. We cannot live without words. Words are everywhere. It's everywhere. And when we think of people, we have a number of people. We have great people like our Prime Minister Narendra Modi. We have great people again like the former President of the United States of America, Barack Obama. We remember Martin Luther King. We remember John F. Kennedy. We remember Mahatma Gandhi. We remember our own M. Karunanidhi and our own Honorable MGR. And we understand that all these personalities are experts in speech. They have great communication skills, and it is with their communication skills that they won hearts. And today, when I address this gathering, when I address the participants of this national workshop, I have to assert the fact that without communication skills, no one can reach anywhere. Communication skills will make an individual a leader. And now I am quoting the words of Jim Robin. According to Jim Robin, effective communication is 20% what you know and 80% how you feel about what you know. So maybe your knowledge is just very little, but that little knowledge you have, if you present in the right way, you will be successful. So it doesn't matter the quantity of knowledge isn't matter much. What matters is your communicative skills. So I welcome each of the cadets of this particular national camp to listen to me. You will really benefit from this session on communication skills. And I congratulate the cadets in this national workshop because you have become part of this largest national youth organization. You are representing the country. You are representing India. And you, the youth of today, as the camp is about, this workshop is about role of youth in nation building. And you will contribute to a better India tomorrow. You will contribute to a developed, an India that is leading the other countries. And it is not anyone else who is leading an India. It is you who lead India. Today's young men and women, today's cadets, National Cadet Corps, you in the workshop can lead the country, can lead the world, and communication skills have a lot of significance. And I just request you to listen very carefully to this session and please ensure that you have effective communication skills. And I would like to tell you how this session is going forward. So in my first session, I'll be just introducing, in fact, I'm defining what is communication. I'm defining what is communication, and thereafter I'll be just telling you some of the important aspects of communication. So let us understand what is communication. What is communication? Yeah, what I do at the moment is communication. I am facing you, I am looking at you, I am just talking to you, I'm using my limbs, I'm using my hands. I'm using my eyes, I'm using my face, I'm using my voice, I'm just looking at you, I'm just talking to you. This is communication. Communication is the exchange of information between people. Okay? Yeah, I am now exchanging some information. I'm exchanging information about communication skills. And this kind of exchange of information between people, among persons is what is known as communication. It is an exchange of information. Now I am doing the same thing. Tomorrow, today's cadets will be associate NCC officers. You will be professors. You will be member of parliaments. You will be chief ministers. You will be prime ministers. You will be the governor of the Reserve Bank of India. You will be the president one day, and you have to exchange information to your people. You as the chief minister exchanging information. And now comes the question, how do we exchange information? Easy to understand. How do we exchange information? Yeah, what do I do right now? I am speaking. I am speaking. Yeah, and I'm also using this whiteboard. So we exchange information with the help of words, speech, language, speaking. We exchange information with the help of what is on the board, writing. And yeah, I'm using my gestures. My gestures. We exchange information by means of signs, symbols, gestures. Okay? This is what is communication. So understand, communication is the exchange of information between people by means of speaking, writing, or signs. And now, everybody knows the significance of communication. Communication is very important because we are human beings. We are human beings and we are social animals. Man is a social animal. We live in the society. We live in the society, and you know, family is the basic form of society. You live with your dad, you live with your mom, you live with your grandpa, your grandma, your brother, your sister. That is the basic of society. And so many families together is the society. Many families, your residential association, your neighborhood, your families, and of course all these families together is society. And man is a social animal, and communication is the intrinsic quality of man. Communication is the intrinsic quality of man. So we cannot just live as islands. I cannot live as an island. I must interact with my wife. I must interact with my dad. I must interact with my son. I must interact with my daughter. I must interact with my neighbor. I must interact with my students. I must interact with my principal. I must interact with my commanding officer. I may have to interact with the prime minister because I am an Indian and I'm a human being and we are living in the biggest democracy of the world, India. So it is easy to understand. The significance of communication is easy to understand. Now, of course, I'm just defining communication in with another definition. We can understand that communication may be right. It can be defined as it's a process of sharing facts. I'm telling you certain things. I want each of you. I want each of my young friends, these cadets here, the SBs, the senior division, and of course the junior division. All of you, you are the backbone of the country. You are the pillars of the nation. And I want each of the pillars of the nation, the backbone of the nation, to be strong, like a huge iron pole. You must be. For that, you need to have communication skills. With that purpose, I'm just talking to you. All right? So understand that communication is a process of sharing facts, ideas, opinions, thoughts, and information through speech, writing, gestures, or symbols between two or more people. And it is, of course, a universal phenomenon. People in Kerala, people in Tamil Nadu, people in Andhra Pradesh, people in Bangalore, Karnataka, people in India, people in Australia, Canada, America, even South Africa, everybody speak and communicate. So communication is a universal phenomenon, and of course it happens all the time. From the very days of the original man, from the very days of Adam and Eve, down to this moment. Okay, this moment of COVID-19, the pandemic, communication is there and it will always be there. Now, of course, I am very sad. You are all sad about the COVID-19 situation, and maybe we are asked to go for social distancing. We are asked to go for social distancing, but even when we distance ourselves from the other person, I am distancing myself from my wife. I am distancing myself from my son and my daughter. I am distancing myself from my principal, my commanding officer. But I can never live without communicating with them. That itself shows the necessity of communication skills. And if I don't succeed in communicating with my wife, if I don't succeed in communicating with my dad, my principal, my commanding officer, my colleagues, my neighbors, I will be a total failure. So I wish to tell you, my dear young brothers and sisters, communication skills is very essential for the success of a human being, and you must ensure that you have a very good command over the languages. I say all the languages is if possible. Maybe you have a mother tongue, okay, you have Tamil as your mother tongue, you have Kannada as your mother tongue, you have, of course, Bengali as your mother tongue, or even Malayalam as your mother tongue. Whatever be your mother tongue, you must know an additional language, a foreign language, maybe a language like English, which will connect you to the outer world. With your Malayalam, with your Tamil, with your Kannada, you cannot communicate with somebody in United States of America. You cannot communicate with somebody in South Africa. You cannot communicate with somebody in Qatar, or of course in Vatican, or in Japan, or in China. So you must improve your language skills as well. Now let me just tell you, in fact, this particular lecture, my lecture on communication skills, will be done in different sections, right? So the purpose is, of course, to understand the basis of styles and ways of communication. We'll be discussing the basis of styles and ways of communication. We will be discussing to effectively communicate. Okay, how to effectively communicate. How can we communicate effectively? And we shall be having this lecture in three parts. Part 1, we will discuss understanding the basics of communication. We are discussing the basics of communication. Part 2, we are discussing styles and ways of communication. And part 3, we will be discussing effective communication. And I'll be just sharing some tips for effective communication. So let us just have a short break, and after some time we will start our discussion of understanding the basics of communication. Thank you very much.